Welcome to lynda.com. My name is Ian Moore. I'm going to be discussing business strategies using CRM today, Customer Relationship Management tool that's cloud-based. The agenda is as follows. We'll be going over creating sales processes, creating record types, and third, we're going to be creating the page layouts that support those record types. So let's begin. For creating a sales process, we're going to be using Salesforce, as I mentioned, for CRM. Now, this is agnostic to any tool. The value is defining your sales processes before you really get started so that when you get to the opportunity, you have a clearly defined process that drives your revenue, your forecasting, and all your users are standardized on how they approach their deals. So we're going to be approaching it from two different business models, business to business and business to consumer. I want to note that an opportunity record type must be associated with a sales process. So before you can create record types and page layouts, it's always good to create the sales process first, discuss it with your teams, and have it well defined before you go into the different layers of technology. And that's what we're going to be starting with today. So let's begin. You should have already set up your Salesforce org, and we're going to be going to the setup menu for most of our work today and going forward for most of our workshops. So we're on the Opportunities tab. That's our object we're working on today that contains the sales processes. Let's go to Setup. In our quick find, we're going to be using this all the time. We're going to be going over to Opportunities Objects. We're going to click in Opportunities, go down to our Sales Processes. See the record types are right below. We're not going there yet. We're going to go to Sales Processes. I've already defined these for you, but let's delete out the B2B, and I'll show you how easy it is to start creating these processes. The first one we have is B2C. So we're going to create a new one. We're going to do this B2B over again. All you do is B2B. It's going to create it off the master. Now, we can create it off different things, but I think it's best that we create it off the master when we begin, and I'll show you how this is going to work later. So now if I click Save, we have two B2B and B2C, and the master values are these selected values here that are offered out of the box with probabilities out of the box as well, which we can change. I put in a test here to show you that between 20 and 30%, we have 20 and 50, we can add 30% and add our own. So while we have B2B here, for B2C, if this was B2C, we might want to actually make it less and bring over a few of these items so that there's less values in the process to close a deal. Business to business may contain more, business to consumer may contain less depending on the business model, but we want to fine-tune each of these sales processes to the business types or the business models. So let's save those and let's move forward and let's create our own. To create our own, we're going to go out of Setup, actually click into the Opportunities tab, and over on the left, we're going to click on our little tab here that allows us to access some of the back-end systems. It allows us to access the fields, the object, the record types, validation rules, and approvals. Today, we're just going to go to View Fields in the Opportunities. We're going to come down, we're going to click on Stages. Under Stages, you'll find all our stages here, and this is where we can create new values. See that test I created? I just basically entered test. I can create any new value I want for the stage name. I can create a follow-up. I can give a probability, 40% or 46%, 45, whatever you want. And then I can associate it to one or the other or both of the sales processes. Because this is a larger sales process, I'm going to associate it to business, and I'm going to save that. Now, when we go down below, you can see that it's provided follow-up, the probability is 45%, and now all I have to do is reorder that. So I'm going to take that follow-up, I'm going to push it up right where it belongs. We'll put it right after value. And we'll save, and there's our new stage. Now, this is a very long process, but some companies are very complex, and as they spend different times and different stages of these sales processes. So this would make sense to a larger company. To a smaller company, you may not use a lot of these. You may not use needs analysis. This test I put in just shows that you can add probability of 30% between 20 and 50 if you need more probability, if you need more of a definition of your probability and what you think is going to close or not. The follow-up we added, there it is, there's 45%. We actually have to move that up one. Let's reorder that one more time. Probability follow-up goes up one more. We're going to click Save, And there we go. So that's really straightforward way. We just did business to business. We can go back to business to consumer. We can take out the ones we don't like, reorder them, create new ones, add probabilities, and that's really going to impact our forecasting and revenue. And most importantly, drive standards for all your sales teams. Thank you very much.